Good morning and happy vlog day. Tuesday for me, Friday for you. How y'all doing this week? Never mind, y'all. I was looking in the mirror. I'm like, I'm cute. My little curls then came out right. I'm cute. But anywho's, so this week, first of all, thank you guys for whomever has been just joining me and rocking out with me, talking about my life and just like getting through it. And if anything that I do or have done or have shared has helped you at all in life, I want to say thank you for trusting me with your journey, and thank you for watching my stuff, because if my journey has helped you, then you have to start by supporting me. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This week, we are just going to do a recap of our anniversary, and I am going to answer the question, what have I learned about love? Because I have been with the same person for 7 years. And even though long-term connections are not new to me, because I have a lot of long-term friendships, I have a lot of long-term relationships. Some of my friendships are former relationships that I have to communicate with my partners and tell, like, hey, this is a former relationship, but it is also a friendship, and I would like to maintain it. And so I have had a lot of long-term connections, so I won't pretend like the relationship that I have currently is like so new that like I don't know, I've never experienced this, right? Like, I've experienced long-term connections, but I don't think I've ever experienced a long-term relationship of this nature, especially being that we've had so many elements, like his children, us living together. I've never lived with another man. He's the only man I've ever lived with. Having bills together, things like this. These are things that are just brand new, that have been brand new, and I have worked through them in a lot of ways. And being that our anniversary just passed, and the last week, all I did was kind of prepare for the anniversary, and then this past weekend, I've been out of work for the most of the weekend. I gotta come back today, y'all. I haven't been at work since last Thursday. It has just been for my anniversary. I really don't have much to recap with y'all on other than that. Around the house, things are okay. When I don't say okay, they were good. They're just things. You know what I mean? The team goes to school, come back. He do his shit. Little man is at his mom's house until the end of the school year, and then he'll be here with us. So there's nothing crazy going on. I'm still internally working through a lot of my own shit, but that's what we're going to talk about today, because a lot of it has to do with my partner. So this past weekend, yesterday actually, we celebrated 7 years of our relationship. Our anniversary is 4/20. We met each other in February, but we kind of both still had some open doors in our lives. And so we were just like, let's handle whatever it is that we need to handle. And then let's start dating on a date that we both agree on. And we was like, well, I love to smoke, you love to smoke, let's do 4/20. That's our anniversary, which is really cool, but also sometimes a little restricting, because sometimes I feel like my friends or like people that I know that are stoners be wanting to kick it on 4/20, and it's like, that's our anniversary. So either they have to be wanting to be around us both, or we have to like be creative with the plan. So it was a cool anniversary. It is a cool anniversary, but sometimes it does get frustrated where you kind of want to have your own life. But that's okay. We're working through that. Okay. The weekend itself was cool. The only thing that made me upset, y'all, I wasn't gonna talk about it, but my vlog is literally just me recapping my life. The thing that made me the most upset this weekend was my nails. And it almost deterred me from like having a good weekend. And I really do thank the fact that we ended up having female company on Friday, and she helped me make me feel better. We had a really good fun threesome. I'll talk all about those things in a minute. But let's start with my beginning of my day Friday. First of all, I made a nail appointment purposely for 7 a.m. on Friday, because me and my mom were supposed to have lunch together. We were supposed to set up my printer. It wasn't supposed to be rushed, and we were supposed to have a little time just to ourselves, me and my mom. I haven't had any mommy-daughter time with my mother in a long time. The nail tech moved my appointment back from 7 to 10. That pissed me off, because my thing is, don't make appointments available early if you can't keep them. I understand life happens, but my issues sometimes with some of these, private suite techs is y'all get a little too comfortable, especially with customers who are not comfortable like that with you. Your other customers are extremely lax, but I'm not like that. And it kind of pissed me off that, first of all, my appointment got moved. Then she texted me at like 7 o'clock talking about, we'll actually come in now. You're not going to be jerking me around, friend. What if I was laying down and not ready to get up until now? Now you threw my day off by an hour. So I told her, no, I'm coming at 10. I'm not finna do that. And then she called me on my way to the salon, asked me to get her a Sprite. Again, not a problem. Because she's my friend in real life. Like, I love her. So I don't mind doing these things for you. However, my problem came when I got there and she had mentally already told herself she was going to get experimental with my set. Now, I'm usually a customer who allows her to get experimental because I know people be needing content. I'm a creator myself. Sometimes I don't even know what I want on my nails, so girl, just have fun. But when I come in and I have a request, I would like for that request to be made. I made a request days before because my partner made a request days before because he was paying for my nails. I walked in. I told her, okay, we ready to do what I need? When I walked in, she asked me, do I want duck nails or stiletto nails? Y'all, I don't like stiletto nails because they're pointy and I am clumsy. And I've been to poke myself and my man in the eye with them. She put duck nails on my nails this time. Told her I didn't like those because I knew they were going to be bulky. These nails are bulky. I'm gonna wear them for a little bit and then I'm gonna slowly but surely clip them until they come off. I'm gonna let them come off. And I don't know if I'm gonna go get another set from her because she is my friend, so I want to give her another opportunity, or if I'm just gonna take a nail break for right now and then don't go back to get my nails done until my birthday. And what's scary for me is if I don't go back to get my nails done before my birthday, I'm probably not gonna go to her for my birthday set, and I know that's gonna hurt her feelings. But that hurt my feelings that I came in there and I always get a curved square nail. She knows you can put any design. You can put a fucking cotton candy machine on my motherfucking nail. But all I ever ask for you to do is for my nail to be square and curved every time. When she would not budge and still gave me duck nails, I already knew my appointment was going to get frustrating. Y'all, the tips of these nails are orange. I just had orange on my nails. Now, the only thing that kind of saved it a little bit is that she put the red airbrush on it. But the red airbrush didn't help because you made all 10 tips of my nails orange. And the problem is, I believe, and this is just my theory. I don't think that it is. Hold on. I have to check on my necklace. Speaking of my necklace, this is one of my anniversary gifts. But anyways, my theory, her stepson was in the salon with her. I feel like she was a little angry with his father. And because my request for my nails came from my man, she didn't want to honor that request. And she didn't think about it until she realized, oh, damn, I didn't give my customer what they wanted. Because she didn't. She gave me longer nails than I wanted, so I had to clip them before the end of the weekend. She gave me these duck nails that were so fat and they're so uncomfortable. I haven't even tried to crochet with them. I'm nervous that I'm not going to be able to crochet with them. I know this one right here, this chain, keep on already snagging on stuff. So I'm about to have to cut that some more. I think I'm going to just clip this nail past the chain today after I get out here with y'all. She put orange on my nails. I just had orange on my nails. When she picked out the orange, I snatched my hand back and was like, girl, I said red. She's like, I'm going to add red. Just let me do this. No, not let you do this if I have a request. And my issue is, an issue that she don't know about, is I struggle with speaking up for myself, period. So the fact that I spoke up for myself so many times during that appointment and she still didn't give me what I want, I shut down. And so when I shut down, I was just sitting there joking and playing with her son and playing with the other customers that was there. For me, mentally, I'm not going to keep talking to you. I'm just never coming back again. And so, and on top of never coming back again, I'm not going to post the nail set. I didn't post the set because I didn't like it. And she know I didn't like it because I didn't post it. And I didn't tag her and I didn't even ask her for the photos. Afterwards, I just kept crying. Like, I was just so hurt. So I went to go get my mom still because we still need to pick up my printer. I picked up my mama. I got me and my mama lunch. And then me and my mama came to the house to do my printer. I was trying to keep my composure, but I got my nails done. And everybody knows that when I get my nails done, I go around showing everybody my nails. So when my partner asked me about my nails, my mama asked me about my nails, and I was just quiet about it, they both was like, what happened? And I was like, I don't like them. I hate them. And I showed them to him, and he tried to keep his composure, but he hated them too. But he was just trying to keep his composure because he knows that if he tells me he hates them, that's going to confirm my meltdown, and I was gonna freak out. I'm dramatic. I was gonna cry. I knew it. I knew I was gonna cry. I just knew I was gonna cry. I ended up crying. I cried for like almost an hour because I spend my money on this stuff. And I usually don't ask people for anything. Like, I spend my money, I spend the same amount of money every time. And usually I don't have no requests. The one time that I have a request, you can't honor my request. That was really hurtful for me. And then when I text her about it, the fact that she was super apologetic and then offered to fix it on Saturday, like I didn't have plans for my anniversary, frustrated me because you wouldn't need to fix it if you would have just did what I kept on telling you to do in the first place. So I was just turned off. I was like, no, I don't need you to fix it. I just needed you to know that it wasn't right. Because I'm working on talking, speaking up, even if nothing happens, I'm working on speaking up. So I worked on that. I spoke up. I was proud of myself. As Friday progressed, like I said, a young lady that me and him has been connected with for a while. She's been our friend for 4 years, but we were physical at the beginning of the connection, and then we kind of fell off because she dated somebody. Now that relationship kind of ended. She spent some time being celibate. You know, you kind of want to not spend a block, but like, if you know the sex is going to be good somewhere, you might want to experience it. I feel like that was the situation. Like, I miss y'all. I want to hang out with y'all. Can I hang out with y'all? She came over Friday. We had a really great anniversary. That was a really great kickoff to the anniversary. We had some fun. Like, I love group sex. I love to have a woman in the bed with me and my partner because I truly enjoy. First of all, I just enjoy watching and being watched. And I like, even that night, what was so beautiful about it is like a lot of people talk about things like, you know, attention being given in one place than the other. But it was so beautiful to watch. Like, she had moments of being served by the both of us. I had moments of being served by the both of them. He had moments of being served by the both of us. And all three of us had a really great time. And I had a really good time with them. I also feel like because she's had a long-term friendship with my partner. And our friendship hasn't been as close because they know each other. And I think I have kind of had some entitlement about that because I'm his partner. And I've been kind of like, well, you know, I don't trust her because why she not as into me, not into me, but in tune with me as she is with you. And I think this weekend helped me realize that, like, she doesn't have to be. She's his friend. And it's okay that she's his friend, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have any type of love, affection, and kindness in her heart for me too. So we had a really eye-opening, clarifying conversation. One thing that I do like about substances like ecstasy or shrooms or, you know, even alcohol is that they bring out conversations that probably wouldn't be had in a sober space. And so this weekend we were all very late and intoxicated, and I just had a conversation where I reassured their friendship and let them know that if their friendship does have more of romantic undertones, I'm not against it. I'm not uncomfortable with it. I don't think it's wrong. That is the reason that I've chosen polyamory. I've chosen polyamory because everybody can't be everything for everybody. I can't always be there for him when I'm trying to do what I'm doing and working hard on my brand and doing everything that I'm doing. But she's able to be there, and she's been able to be there for the last 4 years, and she's a woman that he chose. He met her. He essentially courted her. They dated for a little while. They ended up stop dating. They had to deal with the emotional, you know, feelings that came around her having a relationship and him having to change the way their friendship looks because of that relationship. And then when the relationship stopped, they both kind of realized they still were kind of feeling each other in a physical way. And so watching their relationship progress made me a little nervous because I didn't know what I was supposed to do with that. And this weekend, I had a really eye-opening moment when I realized I don't need to do anything with that. I needed to speak to them and tell them, y'all, these are some things that made me feel good. These are some things that made me not feel so good. I had to tell her that it made me not feel so good, that he crossed the line with her early in their friendship. And she turned him down. She told him, no, you can't cross that line with me. But she never had a conversation with me. And she said that she never had the conversation with me because she felt like, you know, I knew all about it. And if I needed to have the conversation with her, I would have came to her, which I did after he finally told me, because it took him a while to tell me that he crossed that line with her and she stopped him. So I told her, the thing that helps me the most is, whether jokingly or if he really is having a moment of, you know, being fucked up in the head or making a poor judgment, whatever. If he ever cross the line with you ever again, come to me before I come to you. And she was like, okay. I told him, you better not cross no more motherfucking lines. But if you cross the line and she come to me, I'm going to let you know that it's going to be a problem. So I have been learning how to navigate polyamory from a lot of different places. Like, I had to admit to myself, because I haven't admitted to him or her, so if one of them or both of them watch my vlog, here you go, y'all are welcome. I had to admit to myself this weekend that I had some elements of jealousy in my heart. I wasn't jealous of her, but I was jealous of the way they had a friendship that I was on the outside of, and it was fine. It was successful. And it was like, damn, he has successful connections that I'm on the outside of. But I had to give myself a kick in the ass and say, well, you have a successful best friendship with CJ that he doesn't have involvement in, and he doesn't do anything. He'll tease you about it a little bit, and you can tease him about his connection with her, but you don't have to be a part of that. And so I feel like my communication with them and my communication with myself was me just kind of relinquishing my need for control in this environment. And I think that's going to make for a really great friendship for the three of us. The three of us are going to go to a concert this summer. I really am not a big concert girl. But he has, I think I told y'all about this. He has offered to have me go to the Chris Brown concert. And so me, him, her, and a friend of hers are going to get like a 4-person suite. And so she'll be able to hang out with her friend, with me and him are kind of being sweet, but the goal is for us to kind of all start hanging out as a unit, so she can see that the love that we have is just an additive to the love that he and she are developing, and the connection and the friendship that she and I could be developing. I think that's one of the biggest things. What I'm talking through right now is one of the biggest things that I've learned about love. It takes communication. It takes realization. It's not going to be perfect. And I've talked about this a lot during my vlog period. It's like, I think a lot of people think being poly is easier than being monogamous, because you can just do whatever you want, as people say. And it's like, no, I do more talking now. I do more communicating now. I do more thinking now as a polyamorous person than I ever did as a monogamous person. I think for monogamy, the rules are set and you just have to follow the rules. And if you want to follow the rules, it's not hard. Polyamory is so great because it looks so different for so many people in so many ways that you really do have to get very creative. You really do have to get very innovative, and you really do have to take everything one step at a time, one case by the time. And that's another thing that I had to learn, because I'm very much a what are the rules, let's follow the rules type of person. And polyamory doesn't follow that. And I'm learning how to be comfortable with that, because a lot of times that is very uncomfortable for me to not know what the rules are. What should I be doing? What shouldn't I be doing? And so I'm getting more comfortable with it. And I hope that me opening up more, and me, like, even after the threesome on Friday, I started texting her throughout the weekend. I told myself I want to do better to just reach out to her. Hey, how you doing? Thinking about you. Showing her that I'm not standoffish. I think my partner has been communicating to me that I have been standoffish to her, and I have been taking offense to it, because standoffish has a negative connotation, instead of just stopping and looking at myself and being like, you are being standoffish. And maybe you're being standoffish because you're nervous. Maybe you're nervous because this is something new to you, and that's okay. You can say that, but you have to also admit that this is going on, so he doesn't feel crazy to say that about you. And he's right. I have been being standoffish. I have not been being as open. And this could actually be great. Like, she makes him feel good and happy and secure, and makes him feel safe, so I don't have to do so much working. She makes me feel secure and safe, and so I don't have to feel like I have to, communicate through him or her. And so if that's the case, like, let it be good, is what I was telling myself this weekend. I think I have had my guard up because a lot of other women have been really shitty, and it's okay to have your guard up, but let it down when a person is showing you that you can let it down. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm working on letting my guard down. And so I'm going to work on communicating with her, because she is a young lady that I would actually have a polyamorous relationship with. Like, I would do a closed triad throuple with the two of them. They are, she got herself together. She's very stable. She's got her head on right. My only downfall about that is she has a daughter, and I don't really want more kids in my life. If her daughter was around the same age as the boys, I would be great with that. My fear about that is her daughter is behind the boys. So once we kind of get the boys out the door, now we still got one more kid if we maintain with her in our life. So that's my only drawback. And I think that's her drawback too. It's like, I got a kid, and I listen to your man complain. I listen to your man, talk about how you are still adjusting to his kid. And who knows? Who said that she want to be a part of this shit? We crazy. You know what I mean? We do all type of drugs and all of this shit. It just might not be what she want. You know what I mean? So what I have been realizing to myself about both the love that I have for him and the love that we express externally outside of our relationship is nothing in this life happens without communication. That's why I'm so appreciative of this space that I hold, where I communicate with myself and I communicate with my followers or my environment or my kind of like online community, because I want to start working on communicating with every community I'm a part of. I was so proud of myself for speaking up to the nail tech. I was proud of myself for speaking up to my partner during sex this weekend. We were having sex and he was doing something that I didn't like. And I told him, I don't like this. Can you stop? And I was so proud of myself, because usually I don't. Usually I let it happen, and then later on I'll text him, while he's at work, and be like, well, this weekend you were doing this and I asked you to stop doing this and you kept doing it. I'm proud of myself. I've been speaking up, and I've been working on the goal that myself and my therapist have set for me. So I'm working through it. I think my next goals, my next communication goals are going to be to start having conversations that I don't rehearse. A lot of the conversations that I have, before I have them, I think about them, I overthink about them, I think about my stance in them, and I feel like it's really important to know where you stand and what you want out of a conversation. So I'm not going to stop doing that, but sometimes I get so deep into overthinking the conversation that I damn near have a script for it, and I want to get out of that. And so that's kind of where I'm moving it into my next steps of like communication with my relationship. Love is teaching me that I have to stop being afraid of authentically and honestly communicating. Sometimes I want to say the thing that I feel will be received the best. And actually raising my stepson and watching him overthink about what we want him to say, and realizing how frustrating it is to experience a person who is trying to say what you want them to say instead of just saying what they mean, made me realize that I am that person sometimes that just say what the fuck you want. And that's what I need to start doing. And that's what I'm about to start working on. All in all, it was a really great anniversary. Friday kicked it off with a lot of fun, freaky fun. And then Saturday, we were able to just be me and him alone together. Sunday, I think was also still me and him alone together. I think if anything, Sunday we ran a few errands maybe. And then yesterday was our Sunday was hair day, because that's what my hair is done, right? Sunday he woke up, went to her house, she does his hair. That's another reason why I was like, bitch, let me love this girl back. She does his hair and my stepson hair. But anyways, Sunday he woke up when he got his hair done by her. While he was going to get his hair done, I'm like, let me not look like a scrag when he come home. So I put some rollers in my hair. I kept my rollers in my hair all day Sunday. And like a decent amount of Monday morning. He actually stayed home because his hair was too tight, poor baby. Stayed home yesterday, and we just spent our whole anniversary together. We went out, we had a good time. So it was a really great time. And now I'm back to the grind. Crochet back on the desk, finna clock into the job, about to get it going. Love means communicating. You can't love another person until you love yourself enough to be honest all the time. I used to get a little angry with my partner because I used to be like, he a little too honest. Like, why you gotta say everything that come to your mind? But I realized that even though he's learning to restrict, because some stuff don't need to come to your mind. Some stuff can come to your mind, you can process it and realize that's not useful to the conversation. That's how I know that he and I are like two different ends of a dynamic, and we really are each other's like yin and yang. Because he's learning to calm down. Everything don't deserve a reaction. You got to relax. I'm learning everything ain't meant to be swept up under the rug. Everything is not okay. And we're meeting each other in the middle, and it's really beautiful. And I'm grateful. I am grateful. I'm happy I didn't leave him, y'all. And I wanted to. But I don't think it's anything else out in these streets that would make me feel the way he feels. I don't think there's a man who can provide the level of freedom that I have in this relationship while also providing the level of security that I have in this relationship. Like, I feel free to do what I want while also feeling very secure that I am not being looked at crazy. And I think that's why I wanted to make it my business this weekend, to let him and her know that I'm not looking at them crazy, because I feel that I've heard him say, and I've been hearing him say, I give you everything, I let you do everything, but you you are standoffish to me and the woman that I want to have in our life. And so I hope that he has seen my actions as me opening up and me wanting to let her be in his life, however that looks for him or her, and for me to not have as much control over it. I want to learn to love myself enough that I don't question myself when I see my partner loving someone else. Because I don't want him to question himself when he sees me loving other people, and I do want to love other people. So I can't be a hypocrite. And that's what I will leave y'all. If you are in a relationship, whether it is monogamous or polyamorous, do not be a hypocrite. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. I want him to be understanding of the fact that I want to love other women and sometimes even other men without him. And so he has to be willing and open, and he has to feel comfortable to love other women, and even if he so chooses in a platonic matter to love other men outside of me, I have to be okay with it. And so I am learning in my relationships to be a more open communicator and to be less hypocritical, because I feel like as a woman sometimes we are very hypocritical. We don't mean to be, but women, we are hypocritical. I know a lot of women right now in heterosexual monogamous relationships dating men who sneak and have sexual interactions with women. But you don't want that man to have a sexual interaction with a woman outside of you, but you're doing it. And that's very unfair. In relationships, we need to stop being hypocrites, and we need to be open, authentic communicators. I'm working on that in mine. I hope you are working on that in yours. I love y'all, and I hope y'all have a good day.